First, in this reading skill, which carries 40 marks of your test, there will be 2 scene text from your textbook from grade 10. The first question number 1, which carries only 5 marks, there may be a poem or paragraph from your text, and another text of 10 marks, altogether 15 marks scene text will be asked from your textbook of grade 10. And there will be 2 unseen text, that means out of your textbook, one unseen text carrying 10 marks and the other unseen text carrying 15 marks. Altogether there will be 25 marks unseen text from the reading part. And in this unseen text area, you may be asked to solve the problem by giving certain type of passages like news stories, menus, notice, manuals, advertisements, diary, entry, emails, product guidelines, timetables, etc. And in question number 4, reading text which carries 15 marks, stories, essay, letters, scientific articles, newspaper articles, film review, book review, such type of text can be asked in this question number 4. In the same way, now I'm going to tell you in brief the writing part of our specification grid. At first there will be 2 guided writing questions which carries 5 plus 5 10 marks. In guided writing, areas to be covered in guided writings are directions, instruction, obligations, prohibitions, poster, electronic text, message, postcards, advertisements, message of condolence, message of congratulations, menus, recipe. You will be asked any 2 questions from these areas, and other areas covered by the guided writings are interpretation of charts and diagrams, table, list, picture, short skeleton stories, invitation letters, thanksgiving letters, letter of regret, news stories, invitation letters, and paragraphs, writing paragraphs. These are the possible areas from which you are likely to be asked to different guided writing questions which carries 5 plus 5 marks. And the next part of your writing part is free writing. Out of free writing, you will be asked to different questions. The first one carries 6 marks and the second one carries 8 marks. In 6 marks question, it may cover the areas like this: dialogue with the situation given, paragraphs on personal experience, short stories only providing either the beginning or ending or title or the moral of the story, views and attitudes on some current issues of importance. They may ask any 1 question which carries 6 marks from the guiding part, so guided writing, free writing parts. From the free writing part 2, which carries 8 marks, especially students are asked to write personal, informal, official or formal essays, formal letters, essays like descriptive essay, narrative essay, cause effect, newspaper articles on given topics, book review, film review, brochure, preparing brochure, leaflet on places and events of historical and cultural, religious, social or tourism importance. You may be asked any 1 question from these areas which contains 8 marks. In addition to this, there is another part in writing section which normally we say that grammar. There are 2 types of grammatical questions. It carries 11 marks. It contains 11 marks question. There are 2 types of grammatical questions. The first one is reproduction type and the next one is fill in the gap with grammatical items in contextual passage. Dear students, as you know that this is our first class, So I would like to start our class from grammatical part, and the first grammatical item is article. I would like to divide our class into two parts. The first part is for presentation, in which I would present some conditions, rules, or examples which you have to write in your exercise copy. And the second part is for practice, in which you will be provided with some problems or exercise or questions that you have to solve in your copy. Okay, let's start with the articles. Articles are adjectives, noun, markers, or determiners. Mostly articles are followed by a noun or noun phrase. Articles are divided into two different categories. The first one is indefinite article, and the second one is definite article. Article A and N are called indefinite, and article the is called definite. A or N, we are going to talk about the use of indefinite article A and N. A or N is called indefinite article as indicates the people or things in general sense. For example, a teacher, that is any teacher. An umbrella, that is any umbrella. The is called the definite article because it points out a particular person or thing, especially it determines a specific things. So the is called definite article. I saw a man lying on the road. Anyone, it does not matter who the man is. A policeman came and took the man to hospital. Now the same man who is referred to in the previous example is repeated. It means the man is specific. So we are using the man in this second sentence, but a man in the first. We are going to talk about where to use A or N. The choice between A or N is determined by sound. The article A is used before a countable noun that begins with a consonant sound. Please remember this, countable noun that begins with consonant sound, and please keep it in mind that that noun must be singular. Singular countable noun that begins from consonant sound. I would like to give some examples. A book, a man, a house. In the same way, N is used before singular countable noun that gives general meaning and begins from vowel sound. For example, an apple, an orange, an elephant, an animal, an umbrella, an wool, an ugly picture. However, we have some words that seem to be consonant, but their initial sound is vowel. They take N as article. They are an hour, honest, ear. So I would like to tell the spelling of these words: H-O-U-R, hour, H-O-N-E-S-T, honest, H-E-I-R, ear, H-O-N-O-R-A-B-L-E, honorable, H-O-N-E-S-T, honest. These words seems to be consonant because their initial sound is H, but it is silent in pronunciation. So the first sound of these words is vowel. So we have to use N before these words. In the same way, we have some words that seem to be vowel, but their initial sound is consonant. These words take a article. They are, I'm going to tell their spelling. it is better to write their spelling on your exercise copy. University, UNIVERSITY, or university. European, or EUROPEAN, European. Union, UNION. United attempt, UNITED. Whatever there would be after united, the word united attempt, united effort, like this. EWE, one-eyed man, ONEEYED, one-eyed man. One-way highway, 1 rupee note. It does not whatever the word that starts from the word, from the spelling one, it takes article a. In the same way, unit, 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 uniform, unicorn. These words seems to be vowel because they start from U or E sound, E and O letter, but their initial sound is silent. Initial letter is silent, so they start from consonant sound. So we have to use article a before these words. I would like to remind once again in a different way. Some words which seems to be consonant but their initial sound is vowel, so that we have to use an article before these words. Now I'm going to repeat these words again. An hour, HOUR, hour. An honorable judge. An ear, HEIR. An ear. An honest girl. These words seems to be consonant, but their initial sound is silent, H is silent. So after that there is vowel sound in every these words. So we have to use N before these words. And I told you some words that seems to be vowel because they start with vowel letter, but actually they start with consonant sound. The initial vowel letter is silent. For example, university, European, union, united attempt, EWEU, one-eyed man, one-way road, 1 rupee note, unit, uniform. All these words seems to be vowel because we have vowel letter in the beginning, but actually they are silent and the sound is ya, wa, not o. So we have to use a before these words. Now we are going to talk about some abbreviations that starts with different alphabets. Abbreviations means short forms like World Health Organization, WHO. WHO is abbreviation. Abbreviations that starts with, please note down the letter A, E, F, H, I, L, M, N, O, R, S, and X. Again, I would like to repeat it. A, E, F, H, I, L, M, N, O, R, S, and X. these are vowel. They often start, it means they often give vowel sound, and we have to use N if the abbreviation starts with these words, these letters. For example, NHA, NHA student, an MBBS doctor, an MA student, an SEE, an FM, an NTC SIM, an SOS. Whereas there are other letters, alphabets like B. It is better to note down in your copy. V, C, D, G, J, K, P, Q, T, U, V, W, Y, and Z. They often give consonant sound, and we have to use A before these words. For example, UFO, a UFO, a BA student, a WHO, a VIP, a BBC reporter. In this way, we have to use A or N before singular countable noun. If it begins with vowel sound, we have to use N, and if the word begins with consonant sound, we have to use A article before this singular countable noun. Please keep it in your mind that the word mostly must be singular and countable noun. Before this singular countable noun, we can use A as well as N depending upon their initial sound. The next one, definite article, is the. Now we are going to talk about the use of the, where we have to use the. Before starting this definite article the, I would like to give some examples that students often feel confusion based on the use of A and N. I would like to present two examples altogether. It is better to write in your copy. An umbrella, but a union. In these two examples, both the word umbrella and union start from the word U. But before the word umbrella, we have to use N because A. Even if there is the letter is U, the sound is A, which is vowel. So that we have to use an umbrella. But let's talk about the second word, union. U. It is equally similar with ya sound in Nepali, ya, ya. So it is consonant sound, and we have to use A before this word. So I think you are clear with this example. In the same way, I am going to present other examples. A man, but NMA. So have you written this word in your paper? A man, but NMA. Here we have two words that starts with the letter M, but man, we have consonant sound, so that we use a man. But in the second example, MA, that is abbreviation form M, and it starts with vowel sound, so that we have to use N before MA. And the next example is an umbrella but a university. It is like in the first example, as I have already presented, an umbrella but a union. The next one is a matter but an MLA. MLA is abbreviation form, so we have to use N before this abbreviation. But matter starts with consonant sound, and we are using A before this. In the same way, an utensil, UTENSIL, an utensil what, or UNO officer. Here both word utensil as well as UNO officer starts with the word U, but the first one is consonant and the second one is abbreviation, as you are familiar with the word UNO. And UNO, that is starts with consonant sound, so we are using A before UNO officer but N before utensil. The next example, a rat but an RNA staff. A rat, RNA staff, both words start with the letter R, but the second one is abbreviation. The first one is rat, a word. A rat, that starts with consonant sound. R N A staff, that is R start with N sound, vowel sound, so that we are using N before this word. Another confusing example, better to write these two words, EYEI, and the next one is EWEU. Can you think about it? Which article is suitable before these words? Alright. Now I'm going to tell it. N-I, E-Y-E-I. This is vowel, so that we have to use N before this. But U, E-W-E-U. This is consonant, so we have to use A before this word E-W-E-U. In the same way, an honest man bought a house. Both the word honest and house start with the first letter H, but the first letter H is silent in honest. We do not say honest, it is honest. So an honest man bought a house. In the same way, next example, an egg bought a European. Both the word egg and European start with the letter E, but their sound is different. In the first word egg, the sound is vowel, so that we are using N. The second word European, even if we have the vowel letter E, but the sound is ya, European, so that we are using A before European. Next example is an honorable man bought a hospital. Like in the previous example, we have two words that starts with H sound, S letter, but the initial sound is different. Honorable, H-O-N-O-R-A-V-L-E, honorable man, an honorable man, but a hospital. In the second word, hospital, the initial sound is not silent, but in the first word, honorable, the initial letter H is silent. So there is the difference in the use of article an, a. The next one is a useful pen. A useful pen. Useful idea. The word useful, useful, starts with vowel letter. We have U in the beginning, but it does not give vowel sound. So we use a before the word useful. Probably there may be useless, useful, and whatever there may be after this adjective to make it noun, we have to use a before these words. The next one is the word starts with OWN, ONE, one. Like 1 rupee note, one way highway, one-eyed man. All these words start with the first letter O. And this is wa, like Nepali sound in our Nepali alphabet, wa, not o. So we have to use a sound, a article before these words, like a 1 rupee note, a one-way highway, a one-eyed man. But let's talk about the same type of word, orange. O-R-A-N-G-E, orange. This word also starts with wa, alphabet in the beginning, but its sound is wa. Orange. It is vowel, so that we have to use N before this word. Dear students, I think you are clear about the use of A and N. If you have any confusion regarding these examples, rules, you can leave your comment in our Facebook page so that I will get opportunity to clarify you. You can call us from your mobile also. Before this, now we are going to talk about the use of definite article the. The definite article the is normally used. Now I am going to talk about the situation or conditions in which we use the definite article the. So I would like to request to note down all the points to our students. The first one is when we speak of a particular person or thing, or one already referred, which is mentioned already. I would like to repeat it. When we speak of a particular person or thing, or the thing or person which is already mentioned. For example, the book on the table is mine. The book on the table is mine. In this sentence, the speaker is talking about only the specific book which is on the table. So, we have used the definite article the before the word book. In the same way, next example, the girl with a long nose is my sister. The girl with a long nose is my sister. In this example, the girl with a long nose is specific. She is my sister. So, the definite article the is used before this word girl. I helped the man who came to me. The man who came to me, probably the man may be asking help for me and I help him. So it is specific and we use the article before man. In the same way, second situation, when a singular noun is meant to repeat a whole class. The word is singular noun, but it is representing to a whole class. At that time, we have to use the definite article the. Please note down some examples. The cow is a useful animal. The cow is a useful animal. Here, we have definite article the before the word cow. Though it is a singular noun, it is representing to the whole class of all cows. So, we used the definite article before this word cow. And you are already familiar with the use of a and n because there is a article before the word useful. The cow is a useful animal. Second example, the rose is the sweetest of all flowers. I would like to repeat it. The rose is the sweetest of all flowers. In this word, so in this sentence, the rose is representing to the whole class, so that we have used the before this word rose. And the third condition in which we can use, so we have to use definite article the before superlative degree of adjectives, like Prerana is the best student in our class. Prerana is the best student in our class. In this sentence, best is superlative degree of good. As you know that good, better, best. Best is the superlative degree, so that we have used the before this word, superlative degree. In the same way, Prashanta is the tallest boy in his group. Prashanta is the tallest. In this sentence, tallest is superlative degree, so that we have used the. In the same way, this is the best book I have ever read. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. In these two examples, best, highest, these words are superlative form of adjective, so that we have used the. The next condition to use the is with names of gulf, rivers, seas, oceans, group of islands, and mountain range. I would like to repeat these words again. Before the name of gulf, Gulfs, gulfs, rivers, seas, ocean, groups of islands, and mountain range. We are not talking about a single mountain. There must be the range of mountain. I would like to give some examples. The Persian Gulf. The Kaligandagi River is a sacred river. The Indian Ocean. The Himalayas. Himalayas is a mountain range. The Red Sea. The Alps. So we use the before these words, which tell us about which are Gulf, name of Gulf, rivers, seas, ocean, group of island, and mountain range. In the same way, next situation where we have to use the definite article with ordinal numbers. For example, the first, the second, the fifth, the last, like this. If there is 1, 2, 3, that is cardinal number, we do not use the before this. But if there is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, even if 20th, we have to use the before these words, ordinal numbers. And the next one is before the names of certain books, especially holy books and famous books like the Ramayana, the Gita, the Veda, the Mahabharata, the Bible, the Quran, the Munamadan, the Harry Potter. These are famous as well as religious books. And the next one is before the unique nouns. Unique nouns like the earth, the sun, the sky, the moon, the universe. These are unique nouns. We use the definite article before these words. In the same way, before the musical instruments, the instrument that we use to play music like madal, the piano, the guitar, the flute. The next condition is before the names of newspaper like the Kali Gandaki Post, the Rising Nepal, the Himalayan Times. And we use the definite article before plural nouns